Hello, my name is Chad, and in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 things that I think you absolutely need to have if you work in the industrial real estate industry. Since I walk into dark and empty buildings all the time, the first thing that I'd recommend is a flamethrower. I'm actually just kidding. Flamethrower is not necessary, and I wouldn't waste this. This is actually number 75 of the Boring Company, not a flamethrower. So I'm not actually going to fire this. I'm going to keep that in its original shape. I've got an overhead camera up here. I'm going to try and go through the actual 3 things that we need. I'm going to try and do this all in one take, no editing. I'm just going to try and go through this. And I'm also giving away a ton of stuff in this video. And I'll go through that at the end. If you want to just skip through to see how you can enter, no purchase necessary, very easy to enter if you want. And I'm giving away a lot of stuff. We'll get to that in a minute here. So first thing, not being facetious, is I actually do walk into dark and empty warehouses all the time. So on the overhead camera here, first thing that I always recommend is like a really good flashlight. And today I actually was in a warehouse and I did a side-by-side comparison, just showing my phone's flashlight to these 2 flashlights. And again, I'll try to cut to the overhead here. Hopefully that clip works. If it works, it's going to show up in this next section here where I'm talking about it. If it doesn't, suffice to say, when you're walking into a dark building, if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know where the lights are, I even had one building that I had to go to the electrical room to find the panel to switch all the lights on. So I had to walk through a dark building. Having a good flashlight can save a ton of frustration. So these flashlights vary, and I'm actually giving away both of these flashlights. This big one right here is about a 14,000 lumen flashlight. This one I believe is 4,200. Having you be able to see inside of a dark warehouse is key. Just avoid tripping on anything, just to avoid being startled by things. Again, the flamethrower could work, but I think one of these is probably safer. So I highly recommend having a flashlight. I carry one of these in my briefcase all the time. Next thing I'd recommend is a good laser measure. And I also had a quick clip where I talked about this as well. Most of the time you'll have floor plans where the measurements will be on there, but quite often companies will want to know how big one side of the warehouse is, or they'll just want to know what the dimensions between a certain amount of space is. So having a good laser measure is also important. I use this all the time, and I'd recommend getting one that has a minimum 100 feet of distance, ideally even more. The one that I'm giving away hasn't come in yet. I did order it. I think it's the same one as this one, 165 feet, Bosch, really good laser measure. So I'll be giving away one of these. Again, I carry one of these all the time. Every time I'm touring a property, I have a laser measure on me. So next thing I'd recommend, and these aren't things that I carry with me every day, but it's just actually something that I have in my trunk. And I've got a bin just that I have in the back of my trunk with PPE, basically just safety gear. So with that, again, going to the overhead camera, I got the steel toe boots, and I've got a hard hat. I've got a safety vest. Not necessarily related to the PPE, but I have a first aid kit that I carry with me. You'd be surprised how often this actually comes in handy. Not necessarily even for work, but sports and stuff like that. Having a first aid kit has actually been pretty handy. And then with the PPE, I just have a pair of safety glasses as well. So the thing with having PPE is that sometimes when you're walking through a property, if there's an existing business in place, they might have protocols or processes that you need to have PPE with you, and they might provide it for you. It might be something that they've got an inventory that they can let you have, but I would just rather have my own stuff, so I'm not putting on someone else's hard hat or putting on someone else's glasses. And the steel toe boots are an obvious one. If you're going into a construction site, you're going to need to have this gear, and I find that having it allows me to not take one set away. If you're touring with a large group of people and they only have a limited amount of inventory to provide people for their PPE, if I have a set, then that's one less set that I need to take. So I just keep this in my trunk in a bin, and You can actually see with the steel toe boots, I've actually used them a fair amount of time. So I'd recommend at a bare minimum, if you're in industrial real estate space, whether you're just touring properties, you could be a broker, a lender, appraiser, anyone that's basically walking through industrial properties, I think you'll do very well by having a really good flashlight, a laser measurer, and PPE. So with that, I'm going to announce the prizes that I'm giving away. And I'm giving this away all on my own. This isn't sponsored by anyone. I'm very grateful to the people that have followed me on this YouTube journey. And I just wanted to give something back for everybody that's watched along with these videos and followed along. I bought all this stuff myself. I ideally wanted to have this as a giveaway to anybody in the world, but as I started looking into it and talking to my lawyer, the giveaway rules are crazy. You never would have figured that it'd be so difficult to give something away, but every country has different rules, and I guess just to protect people from fraudulent giveaways, there's a lot of rules in place. So if you're 18 or over, you live in Canada, excluding Quebec, or the US, this is all the stuff that I'm giving away. And all you need to do to enter is go into this video, and I'll put a link to it if I'm referencing this somewhere else. Go into this video where I'm talking about the 3 things that I carry, and just make any comment you want. You can say something positive. You could say something that you think that I should have that I perhaps didn't mention. You can make fun of me if you want. You can say something about my video, the background. I've got a Merce container ship and some Lego up here. Whatever you feel like leaving a comment in, there's no rules on what you have to say other than you have to leave a hashtag just so I can determine who's actually entering into the contest. And either leave the hashtag flashlight or hashtag laser. And that'll be a little more clear as I start going through everything that I'm giving away. But either hashtag laser or hashtag flashlight, and just leave a comment. It can be whatever you want. It's be creative as you want. And I'm giving away a ton of stuff. So let's go through. I'll go through from the smallest gift all the way up to what will be the grand prize. So I don't know if this will be the 5th place or what it is, but these are 2 Olight flashlights. And then for each of these prizes as well, I'm just going to throw in some industrial real estate stuff. So it'll be like a sticker, keychain, pen. Hopefully that's in view here. This will be the 5th prize. Really good flashlight if you if you just rely on your phone right now. Really good flashlight. It's not the best, which we'll get to the best ones in a minute here. But this will be for the 5th place prize. So again, just enter in if you want to enter to win this one. I think there's 4 prizes for flashlights and 1 for laser. This is the first prize. 5th place, sorry. 4th one will actually be this laser measurer. And again, I've ordered it, hasn't come in yet, but it's pretty much the exact same one as this one from what I can remember. Has 165 foot range, Bosch, really good laser measurer, one that I'd recommend using myself. So 4th place prize, enter in hashtag laser if that's what you want to enter. And again, I'll include some keychain, sticker, and a pen. I might even have some bookmarks or stuff to put in there as well. So that's 5th and 4th. So 2 second place prizes. So I'm calling them 2nd and 3rd here. And these are really good flashlights. This is actually the other one that I included with the ones that I personally have. This same one, just one's in the dark blue, one's in the black. Really good flashlight, 4,200 lumens. This thing is a really good flashlight for size and the amount of output that it has. And again, pen, keychain, and sticker. 2 of these prizes because I bought 2 of them. So again, enter flashlight if that's what you want. And then the grand prize. Oh, actually, I've got a couple of hats that I'm going to throw in. I'll probably throw in both of these for the 2nd and 3rd place prize. Just industrial real estate hats. I think they're kind of cool. Maybe I'm the only one though. So the grand prize is this bad boy right here, which is this flashlight that I have, that I mentioned. This is a 14,000 lumen flashlight, and this thing is an absolute powerhouse. This thing can light up a field. It can light up an entire warehouse. It's big and it's bulky, but it's an amazing flashlight. So if I'm going into a big building and I'm not sure exactly where everything is, this is the one that I'm going to use. If I'm more familiar with things, I'll typically just have the smaller flashlight, but this thing is an absolute beast. So this will be the grand prize. And again, I'll throw in keychain and a sticker and a pen. So all you need to do, rules real quick, and I'll put the full rules that I need to have to cover everything in the description, a link to view that. But really basic, you need to be over 18 years old. You need to be in either Canada or the US, excluding Quebec. And you just have to leave a comment on this video. And again, it can be anything you want, but just enter into what prize you're going for. There's a lot more flashlights, so there could be a better chance of getting the flashlights, whereas there's only one laser measure I'm giving away. One entry per person. So if there are more, I'll remove those in there. By all means, if you feel like commenting more, you want to make fun of me in a few more comments, by all means, feel free to do so. One entry per person per giveaway. So if you do want to enter both, you want to enter the laser and the flashlight one, just put 2 comments. Hashtag laser for one, hashtag flashlight for the other. And again, let me know if there's anything that I missed that you think that I should have, or anything that you want me to dive into in the future in future videos. I love talking about this stuff. If I can give you any value on things that have worked for me, that's really what I'm trying to hope to accomplish with this channel. And I really do appreciate you following along and helping grow this channel. Again, that's one of the reasons I just wanted to give this stuff away. I think I got this all done in one take. I could probably do this without even editing it, which that in itself is a feat, because if you've watched any of my other videos, I usually have a lot of B-roll footage of me just doing bloopers and saying really dumb things. So the fact that I got this far on one take is probably pretty amazing. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, see, even my hired assistant agrees. So thanks everybody for watching. Look forward to going through this contest. This will be open for roughly 2 weeks from the time that I publish it. I'll put the time that it's open to in the comments as well. And depending on how many comments we get, I might even read them all on a live video on like a Friday night or something, just to have some fun with the giveaway. But I will put all those rules once I get this video put up, and depending on what the date is, it'll likely be 2 weeks from now. Again, I'll have that in the description. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Catch you in the next video.